Hey guys, good morning. It is 7:42 in the morning. Got in from Romania Brasov airport last night. Had a great night's sleep, woke up, and this is the views. Can you see around me? This is the place. We're riding the Rieju bikes, Spanish bikes. Very excited to test them out, see what they look like. I'll give you a little look. Hey guys, just going to give you a quick look around the accommodation. So you can see here, this is the view right out of the gate this morning, and then you've got the accommodation we're staying in. Very lovely. Got like a nice little seating area. This is my room. It's a bit messy because I'm a messy bugger. Then we got a toilet. Woohoo! Yeah, it's awesome here. Awesome little setup. They've got a little kitchen. Hell yeah. And look at that view. Look at that view. Unreal. So, today we've got quite a good group apparently. Spoke to Mate last night. Mate is one of our guides today. He's taking us around this 110 kilometer loop-ish. And then we're just gonna see how it goes. I think we're having lunch on the trails today. Super excited to get out there and see what this terrain is like. Okay guys, I'm suited and booted and just had a quick go on the Rieju, and first impressions are fantastic. Build quality is really nice. Same pretty much bolts as KTM, so your tools transfer right across. The brakes, I'm liking that you got a Nissan front, Nissan back. They both feel really strong. I think the modularity of the rear brake is a little bit less. I mean, I'm getting a little bit less travel when pressing it, but it's only been about 5 minutes, so I can't really comment on it too nice. Power wise, super nice. It feels like I could pretty much hop off my KTM 2024 and just hop straight on this and feel pretty much at home. The Rieju is TBI, so throttle body injection.
We've got KYB front and back. Really nice. They've made some modifications to the suspension.
I think we're about to set off now. Get started on the day. I've got some all my goodies packed up, all my chocolate bars and stuff. So I'll give you a check-in and hopefully film some riding on the way, so you guys can get an idea of how I'm feeling on the bike later on in the day. This is only day one, so it may take me a couple hours to get dialed into the bike, and then I'll give you another little review.
All right, guys. Just a little check-in. So we've done about. Let's have a look at the watch. We've done about half an hour to an hour's riding, 45 minutes, something like that. Yeah, the guys are just sat over there, just making some quick adjustments to the bikes. The front fork was a little bit fast for me, so we've just knocked a couple of rebound clicks on, just trying to slow it down a little bit. First impressions, super impressed. I feel super connected to the bike already. Very, very, very similar to KTM 300 2024 two-stroke. Trails are nice. Very raw trails at the moment. We were bush bashing a little bit. I love that kind of stuff. So rode a couple of small river sections, couple of ups, no real technical downs yet. But today is going to be a little bit more of a fast, flowy ride than something a little bit harder. So tomorrow we're going to step it up a level. We're going to go a little bit harder. Right now, very good difficulty. I'm loving it. We're flowing along the trails. We've got a good little small group. It's only four of us, including the guide Mate. So yeah, we're flowing.
Here we are, guys, in the mountains of Brasov, Romania. Look at that view. Unbelievable. Yoo-hoo!
I'll try and get it on the back wheel. Famous last words.
Ooh. All right, guys. Day one finished. Fantastic first day. Done about 50k, something like that. 5.5 hours. So not an easy day. Quite short. Lots of steep terrain. Rode one proper long uphill. Very nice. It's quite rocky and rooty. For those of you who've been to Romania, you'll know when it dries out, it can get dusty. So super dusty today. Fantastic first day. First impressions of the place, of the venue, Transylvania Dirt Park venue. Fantastic. They've got a nice little setup here. They've got a motocross track, literally 50 meters that way. So we got on the bikes, set off, had a little lunch on the trail today. Yeah, great first day. Okay, let's talk about some Riejus. So first, before we get into the Rieju, I think we should talk about what bike I'm riding back home and what modifications we've made to it to get an idea of what the baseline is. So right now we've got medium TSP heads. We're running those with the TSP power valve cover. And that, of course, makes the bottom end on these 2024s much, much, much nicer. We've also got the Exact Pro rear shock. We're running the standard WP forks that come with the 2024. Also have got some other like external modifications, like some protection on there. We got the seat cover on it, Astra handlebar, all those kind of things. And the power delivery, we're getting to a really comfortable place on the 2024s that we really like what it's kind of feeling like. The Rieju, I was very pleasantly surprised. The power delivery is really nice. Lots of oomph off the bottom, lots of bottom end torque. It's also TBI bike, so similar to 2024. And when I was riding some of the hills today, I would be in first, I would be in second, and it's really just lugging where I need it to. Top end power is unbelievable. And I want to quickly talk about the 3 maps. 3 maps I'm very impressed with, to be honest. The first map is the race map. And then second map, you've got the medium. And then third map, you've got wet. And I was absolutely blown away at the difference between the first map and the third map. It's a very noticeable change in the power delivery. Map 3, the wet map, it was quite crazy how much of a difference it made, in the sense I'll be on a techie section and it's super dry, so it's not even really that wet to actually, I guess, feel the benefit. But I would be in a techie section where I'm riding, doing some pivot turns, and where in first gear or in map 1 or map 2 even, I'm struggling a little bit, I'm getting a lot of wheel spin. I knocked it into map 3 and boom, I'm suddenly riding these corners smoothly. I'm getting the traction to the ground. Yeah, I was blown away, very, very impressed. I did find that it was a little bit slow, like bottom end when it's about to, it did stall a couple times. And that could just be because I'm not used to the bike, to be honest. You know, I've just hopped off, a delayed flight, not much sleep, and then going straight into riding, a 6-hour day. It could have just been that I wasn't quite on top of my game, so don't really know. We'll see tomorrow. I'll ride it again tomorrow. Good night's sleep tonight. I've already had a little nap, so I'm very excited to give it day 2 and give it some oomph, and we'll see how it responds. Also, can we just appreciate that sunset? Oh.
All right, just gonna walk up, go check out this motocross track. We got to ride a little bit of it today. I rode with Zoltan. He is one of the MX Nation riders for Romania. 20-year-old kid, lovely guy, fantastic on a bike. So it was awesome to ride with him today. He was showing me some clips, and we got to ride a little bit of the MX track. So awesome stuff. And they've got a little endurocross track here, so I'll show you around that. All right, look, so we've got the start here, straight in, little log double. I rode this a couple times earlier. I'll probably try and chuck in some clips. It's about, I would say, maybe 4 meters, something like that. And then nice little log matrix, log double. This is quite tight. I find it's better to just double it. Again, another log double, about the same distance, 3 meters. something like that, 12 to 15 foot. Then we've got a little log clock. Nice. Going round. Little rock section in the middle. I find again this is quite tight, so I actually stayed on the outside earlier and that helped. Gave me a little bit more space to try and back wheel through some of these sections. Tires nice and soft actually, so you don't really have to worry about going OTB. A couple logs and then a really nice rock section just through here. This was the line I was taking earlier, trying to stay on the tops of the rocks, trying to avoid going into the holes, trying to keep the front light lean back a little bit, just to help stay nice and smooth. Oh yeah. And then I actually popped it on the back wheel here and I did a little foot plant on that inside tyre and rode round on the back wheel, and that was a nice quick line through there. But that's your track. Awesome stuff. Huh? No.
No, it's easier.
Yeah.
Lighter and
Much more, you know, free.
yeah.
Did someone mess around with my levers? Ah. I was wondering why it felt so weird. Okay guys, gonna give this hill a go. Day 2. Same place as last time. Coming in! So guys, when I'm coming down a steep hill like this, I always really try to keep my body as far back as possible. Strong on the front brake, nice and smooth. I'm not getting it. I think I'm gonna call this one a day. 4 or 5 goes, didn't make it. Hill number 2. Oh man, I'm riding like my arse today. Map 1. Map 1.
Good. Much forward.
Yeah. Much more power. Hey guys, just an interesting anecdote is I just came up this hill in map 3 on the Rieju, and I was really struggling, couldn't quite get the power to the ground. And then I thought, hang on, I'm in map 3, let's try map 1. Boom, straight to the top. The power delivery was so vastly different, it just gave me so much more oomph. And where normally I would be clutching it in third, and then it would kind of be spinning, or the revs would drop and then I would have to drop a gear, I wouldn't have to do that on in map 1. I would just keep it in third, and I just kept it singing all the way, so much so that the front was actually lifting and I was just wheeling up the hill. So yeah, super impressed.
Can we do it?
beautiful scenery. Look at this river. Looks nice. Could just ride up there, I think, but we'll stick to it. This is the line, so. Oh, not quite. Don't know what happened there. Ah, stick in the thing. I went up the hill and I went, whoosh. Good. What goes up must come down. Now, gotta be careful when coming down hills like this, where there's lots of overgrown leaves and stuff, and well, leaves don't get overgrown, but there's lots of little diagonal things like that, you know, so gotta be super careful. Come on. take this line. Anything that is diagonal has the possibility to make your front wheel wash out. Way, speak of the devil. Oh shit. I thought, oh, I jump. Ooh, that was close. Have you guys seen they machine out, well, not machine, it's foam, but they cut out some tool spaces, and you can actually get like a couple tools in this little foam. I mean, it's not very good if your face hits it anyway, but for hard enduro. Okay, this is the one that we just came up. I'm gonna head down it. The reason I have the engine off is for when I'm going down a hill where the high side is on my right. Obviously, I don't have access to the rear brake, so I might decide to go down it. Oh yeah, should I go down there? No. Play it safe. I think I might get off the bike. Oh. Fucking hell. Definitely did not pick the best line. I should have gone down there. No, it's okay, you go. Fucking hell. I should be on the other side, but it is quite hard to do that. There we go. Yeah. So I'm keeping the seat of the bike. I'm keeping the seat of the bike in my armpit. That way I keep the rear end compressed. See, I'm breaking the rule a bit here, but for a reason. Yeah, so now I can just swing that rear end round. Come on. There we go. Whoa. This is a bit awkward. Oh. Okay, nice and smooth on those brakes. There we go. Home free. Couple of those rocks always catch you off guard. Nice. Hope I don't have to brake hard. Right, guys, pizza time. Yes, please. Lots of pizza. What do you think?
Good.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, look, we're gonna do a food review or a drink review of hell. So I don't know what that entails. We're gonna pop it open, try it out. I've always wanted to know what hell's like, you know. Oh, this is the lemon pink grapefruit flavour. It's actually quite nice. Bit of energy for the afternoon. Afternoon, it's looking like we're gonna do another hard climb. So we did a few hard climbs this morning. Super excited. Ones we did this morning were really good. Couple techie downs. Nothing that was like a showstopper. Nothing that was like, wow, this is crazy. But some hard riding. I was blowing quite heavy at the top. You know, definitely like zone 4 heart rate kind of feeling. So yeah, super excited. Hopefully this next one is even a little bit harder. Okay guys, it's day 3. We're just gonna go on another trail ride till lunch today, and then may get on the quads. So, I mean, man, look at this view. This view is unbelievable. Yeah, this is the Enduro Cross track. I'll give you a little preview.
Meglöktél? Nem azért estél, mert már dőltél.
Oh, this is awesome. Yoo-hoo! Yo! Oof, guys, check out this view. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You don't quite see this stuff in England. Flies everywhere. Oh my god. Hee. Okay guys, look, you see this line here, they keep going in the middle. I'm gonna try my best to get on top of the line, so go around that right hand side, and then that way I should be able to ride across those rocks. Yeah, baby. That looks quite naughty. Straight up there. It's alright, we'll take this line. Something to always look out for when you're turning this close to a tree. Your rear fender catches and then you go to pivot it and boom, doesn't move. This looks pretty steep. Nice. Okay, so Don't roll back. Just take a rest for a second. Nice. Ay. Stick went down my back. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. See, his front was stuck on that little rock. Nice. Yes. Nice. Look how little power he's using. Okay. He's in the right place, rear wheel's set. Needs to get that front in line. kind of needs to go from there. Yes. 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 Nice. Yeah. Very nice. Just a tiny bit. Whoa, I'm slipping down. Nice. Okay guys, that terrifying up we just did, we're gonna go down it now, so, oh dear. This is gonna be scary. Oh, actually it doesn't look too bad. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go straight down. Nice. Easy. I don't even remember this bit. Okay, yeah, we just go straight down here. Oh man, I hope there aren't any holes. That's it. Nice. Oh, actually. Yeah, let's go down there. Nice. There we go. Nice and smooth, under control. Whoa. Yoo-hoo! Yeah! Bah! Nice. Yo! Look! Alright guys, it's lunchtime, gonna head back and then we may get on some quads.
Hey guys, alright, so trip in Romania is finished up. We're all packed up over there. You can see bags and stuff. Just getting ready to go home. So it's been an amazing trip, 3 days of really solid riding. First day, nice warm up, getting into things, and then, you know, second day, stepped it up a notch, went for quite a lot of harder, longer climbs, and same with day 3. And yeah, I must say, at the end of the trip, all in all, I've really connected to the Rieju bike. I felt really dialed in on the last couple of days. You know, things were flowing. You'll see from the video, I'm playing around, I'm jumping off little rocks, I'm jumping off stumps, you know, bike felt really natural, really easy to get comfortable with. So all in all, first impression, very impressed. Definitely would look into maybe getting one in the future. So. All right, guys, we are here, about to walk into the town center of Brasov. Gonna try and locate some food. And what are we getting? Steak?
Steak.
Steak, baby. Woohoo!
Found a little bistro.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it's lovely.
Wow, look at the size of this building. Also, I just found out you need a code to go to the toilet. Woo! Found a code to go to the toilet in Starbucks, but look at this building. Look at this building, it's unreal. It's huge. Oh yeah? What's this street called? The Wire?
Yeah.
The Wire. Smile, guys.